bones, them bones, them dry bones, them bones, them bones, them dry bones, them bones, them bones, them dry bones. Now hear the word of the Lord. Your toe bone's connected to your foot bone. Your foot bone's connected to your ankle bone. Your ankle bone's connected to your leg bone. Your leg bone's connected to your knee bone. Your knee bone's connected to your thigh bone. Your thigh bone's connected to your hip bone. Your hip bone's connected to your backbone. Your backbone's connected to your shoulder bone. Your shoulder bone's connected to your neck bone. Your neck bone's connected to your head bone. Now hear the word of the Lord. Them bones, them dry bones, them bones, them bones.
I'm sorry.
Please,
I said I'm sorry.
just one.
I'm afraid it's impossible.
It'll only take a minute. Walk over.
No.
One little prayer.
We need your penny first.
I haven't got a penny.
But you haven't got a prayer.
What if I bring the penny after when she's better?
You won't.
I promise.
No, you won't. You'll say she's better because you turned around in a circle 3 times and then threw a piece of dung on your left shoulder.
Well, yeah, if the dung had worked, I wouldn't be here.
Precisely. Penny up front.
How do I know the prayer will work?
You don't. It's called faith. Blind faith. Not certainty, not doubt, not some scatological superstition, but reverent, confident belief, which you demonstrate by making a humble offering to the saint.
I should stick with dung, it's cheaper.
Fine. Perhaps you should. You only come when you want some favor. Perhaps if you honor the church more often.
Where's the other? Where's the other? Where's the other? Is the other here? Where's the
Brother
other?
Ulf! What have you been told about speaking out of turn?
I was only asking it.
Asking is speaking, and speaking is done one at a time.
Well, I'm sorry, but
Speaking done 2 at a time is interrupting.
I had a question.
Interrupting is rudeness and will not be tolerated. What is your question?
Well, I need to know where to put this.
If it's barley, it goes in the alehouse. If it's millet, it goes...
It's neither.
What are you doing? Stop that. You haven't paid. I said stop that. Stop praying this instant.
Haven't you got better things to do than to harass an old woman?
Believe me, I have plenty to do. There are the sick to be healed, the poor to be fed, the naked to be clothed.
Hey, I'm poor.
I'm sure.
I am poor.
Oh, Martin, would you, Oh, Father.
Brother Ulf, I don't care if you're poor. I don't care if you're sick. Thank God you're not naked. If you don't pay the penny, you're out of luck.
Is there a problem? Well, I need to know where
I believe the question was addressed to me. This woman wants an intercession.
Oh, what is it?
My cow's got the mange.
Oh, but she refuses to pay.
No, I haven't got a penny.
So she says.
I don't.
Well, it's not a lot to ask for, you know. I mean, you'd pay a lot more if you went on a pilgrimage.
Oh, I couldn't afford a pilgrimage. I can't afford this. My cow, her milk is dried up. Her
Yes?
hair is falling off. Her gums, they're all bloody.
Well, we understand your needs, but you see, we have needs too. If you want to pray to Saint Foy, then you're going to have to give us something. All right, go ahead. Don't say it.
Why do I bother?
Her cow is sick.
We get a penny and or you get a button in the plate, which can show they've got a penny for a pint.
Excuse me, Father.
Brother Ulf,
Oh, Martin, times are hard, Martin. We need to take it out of the village.
who else can we take it out on? We haven't seen a pilgrim in 4 months. Our saint hasn't worked a miracle in 13 years.
Huh?
If I'm to be your successor as promised,
Oh, so that's it.
I just want to be sure there's a monastery left by the time it's
I've
mine.
given my life to this order.
I know.
I've rebuilt these walls with my own hands and fed the congregation with my own bread.
All the more pity if we have to close our doors for lack of penny of prayer.
We won't, not while I'm alive, and we won't corrupt our ideals for a penny. Now, when His Holiness arrives,
We haven't heard from Brother Felix in pilgrims.
Well, when he arrives with his holiness, I'm sure that the pilgrims will come. After all, the Pope hasn't been to these parts, and it's a stamp of approval.
What if he never shows up? After all the preparations, after all the money we spent on the chair.
He gave me his word.
His word.
You doubt the word of the Pope?
Of course not. Did you get it in writing? Well, we should have promised him a miracle.
We can't promise the Pope a miracle.
You have to. He's not going to ride 1,000 miles to see a dead body. They have those in Rome.
He'll be here.
When?
Humanity has waited 12 centuries for the second coming. Why are you so impatient?
Because we're starving. I don't know when you last checked the pantry, but there's nothing in it. The chickens are gone. The sheep are gone. There's scarcely a pauper's portion for each of us, and nothing for the paupers themselves.
We took a vow of poverty.
Yes, to help the hopeless, not become them. If the Pope doesn't show up today or tomorrow, we'll have to eat the donkeys. What's that?
Oh, nothing.
Another request?
Yes, the shoemaker shop down by the river flooded.
I suppose they'll be wanting bed and board.
Well, that's the general idea.
Very well. We'll put them in line behind the blacksmith's family, the weaver's widow, and the leper with a lisp.
In line?
That's what I've been trying to tell you. There's nothing left. Either Brother Felix shows up with the Pope, or we are out of the charity business forever.
Perhaps we need to redirect our prayers.
Charles, we need to be practical now. If we can't do good with our faith alone, then faith alone's no good.
The Pope will come, the pilgrims will come, the alms will come. They have to.
Excuse me, Father, I hate to interrupt, but
For God's sake! Who said one prayer?
My husband's sick too.
Be grateful they're covered for the cow. Come on.
But you stopped me right in the middle.
Come back tomorrow. We might still be here. And bring your penny with you.
may I speak now?
Yes, certainly.
Brother Old had one of his questions.
So what is it?
I didn't want to interrupt, but I need to know where to put this.
Well, it's barley. It goes in the middle. Oh,
It's a Jew!
What?
A money changer.
Jew?
Yeah, I found him in the mud by the road outside the village.
Found him, you mean dead?
He'd been hit on the head with a rock. Robbed of all but his tunic.
Murdered?
And his finger's missing too. He cut off with a ring, no doubt.
Good Lord, what desperate times we live in. Well, we're just going to have to take him to Paris and let the synagogue bury him.
Paris?
If there isn't one closer.
He's already been dead 3 days in the heat.
What would you have us do then? Give him a good Christian burial?
Well, nobody else will bury him. We'll bury him here.
Wonderful. Perfect. I can see it now. His Holiness arrives just as we drop a Jew into consecrated ground.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
It might be misconstrued.
Brother Wolf, go get a shovel. We'll dig a hole and we'll bury him after sundown.
Why not baptize him as well? The night is young.
Why isn't here? He's got to have a reason. You know, the plot is a very busy project.
Unless Brother Felix never made it to the Vatican.
The map is impeccable.
I'm referring to his weakness for the fairer sex.
Now, I trust his word and his vows.
Oh, of course, of course. There's nothing to tempt him here. But think, the allure of Italian women, dark-eyed, olive-skinned, buxom. If he were to happen to succumb to a case of libido,
I trust his word that he'll be here, and he will be here.
Excuse me, Father.
Yes, what is it?
That wasn't interrupting. I have another question.
well, of course you did.
I need to know where you want me to dig the hole.
In the ground.
I know that. And then, which side of the churchyard wall?
That's a very good question, Brother Olson.
Tell me it's not true! Tell me it's not true, Father! Tell me it's not true!
Brother Felix!
Tell me it's not, say it's not true, Father! What's the matter?
Where is she?
Who? Where is she? Where? God be praised!
Brother Felix! What's the matter? What's happened?
I came as quickly as I could. I've been running for 3 days. Where's the Pope? Renee!
Renee!
That's not on the way from Rome.
When's he coming here? He's not coming.
What?
I knew it. He's got there. I tried. I did my best, but
What do you mean he's not coming?
I told you we should have promised him a miracle.
Martin!
He's gone to Bernay instead. Bernay? There's nothing in Bernay but a second-rate convent run by a bunch of backwoods nuns.
They don't have a single relic. Why?
They got one. No.
Did you talk to the Pope?
By the time I got to Rome, he had already left.
But you were his escort.
I showed him a letter. His plans have changed, the Cardinal told me. He's gone to Bernay to see Sainte Foy. Sainte Foy?
She's been our patron for 300 years.
But that's what I said. But since the Pope had already left, I rode off like the wind to catch him. One of the donkeys died along the way. Wonderful. Perfect. I arrived at the convent within a fortnight. And there, outside the chapel, stood a crowd of pilgrims pushing and shoving to get inside. Seeing my robes, they let me pass. And there, in the darkness, sat His Holiness on a regal dais near the altar. And on that altar, dimly lit, lay a martyr's bones in a purple cloth. One by one, the peasants knelt before the Pope. Lepers, blind men, horrible cripples. One by one, they approached the altar. And the one by one were healed.
You mean a miracle?
Dozens of them. A man drowned fishing the day before was risen like Lazarus to his feet, sputtering about the broken line and the loss of a speckled trout. A child whose arm was horribly burned, the skin nearly gone, had his limb restored at once.
Oh, God.
A hunchback woman with an oozing lump. That will do, thank you.
To the Pope.
But they wouldn't let me near him. And when the sisters learned where I had come from, they called out the abbess.
Oh, God.
A large, surly woman with a sour disposition.
I know it well.
I figured at least I'd be treated as a fellow in Christ, but as soon as we got past the door, she pushed me down the steps. The insult. And then she told me why. She said Saint Foy had been brought to them by a one-eyed monk. A brother from our house.
Our house?
Nonsense.
What I want.
And for this they rewarded him 30 gold pieces.
What? No.
I tried to protest, but she claimed I had only come to steal the relics back, and she chased me from the convent with a chalice. And so, weary and confused, I hastened home as quickly as I could. That's when the other donkey died. So much for eating the donkeys. I'm sorry, Father.
No, I'm in shock.
What shall we do?
I'm not sure.
I am. We'll sell our habits, that's what we'll do.
Oh, Martin.
Well, we can't sell the books. No one else knows how to read.
Oh, for faith, assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen.
Oh, please.
By faith, we understand that the world was made by the word of God, and that what is seen was made of things
which do not appear. It's too late for Scripture.
Oh, where is your faith? I ask all of you, where is your faith?
It turned up in a backwoods convent run by a bunch of nuns.
I don't care, but that is not Saint Foy. And when the Pope gets here, we're going to tell him what happened, and he's going to rectify the matter.
As far as he knows, we don't have a saint. They're relics grant miracles, raised from the dead. What have we got?
Who's this?
Don't interrupt.
Oh, well, let him speak. Go on. What is it?
I was just wondering who this one-eyed monk is.
What do you mean?
Well, he isn't one of us. I've never seen him before.
Maybe Benet made the story up. Maybe they stole the miraculous saint and then chose to call her Saint Foy. That's like stealing a gold piece and calling it a penny.
Oh, Martin.
Well, it's not as though she's been on demand. She hasn't worked a miracle in a dozen years. The relics of Saint Anne were stolen last Easter.
Oh, but they were returned.
The Saint Helen's still missing.
Yes.
It doesn't matter whose relics they are. The Pope's filling Bernay's coffers, not ours.
So we're just going to have to get the Pope to come here, that's all.
It would take a miracle.
Very well. Can you arrange one?
Charles.
Nothing ostentatious. Maybe a stigmata.
It's been done.
Whatever. Perhaps he'll come.
If he was going to come, he'd be here by now. But he got sucked in by a one-eyed monk with the holy remains of Saint something or other.
But when he finds out the truth.
Why would he? Well, because it is. If the truth were always apparent, we'd be out of business.
Do you hear that? You don't suppose?
Suppose what?
It's him.
Yes.
You mean the Pope? It can't be. Not in 1,000 years.
It could be.
Yes, when they told me he wouldn't come, they said.
Yes,
No.
but if he found out about the hoax, then he'll come here to see the truth seen.
But I just arrived myself. They couldn't have.
You were on foot.
Well, even so, they couldn't have.
You're not Now that's the knocking of a pope if I ever heard one.
Easy.
Oh, we've got to get ready. Brother Oath, get the Jew out of here, quickly!
Where, Jew?
I don't care where, put him in the pantry!
Well, he approached the pantry.
And bring in the chair.
What Jew? What chair?
The chair. The Pope's chair.
I didn't know he had one.
Excuse me.
Give it back.
You again.
That's right, and I won't be muscled about this time.
Was there someone else knocking just now?
You're the abbot.
Yeah, well, yes, but,
What do you want?
I want my button back. It's clear you swindled me out of it.
You know very well you paid it for the privilege of praying to the saint.
Ha! That's no saint. That's a fake.
Who told you this?
Ha! It's all over town. The real one's been bundled off to Bernay.
oh, God.
That's a lie.
Oh yeah, she's working miracles too.
Oh, really? Well, we've had miracles.
Martin.
Just last week, a hunchback woman with a oozing love.
Give her back her button.
No!
Oh, give it back.
That's as good as saying she's
She doesn't
right.
have any faith. Can't you see that?
Yes, to the ignorant crowd of second-hand gossips.
Oh, not so second-hand.
Have you honored the saint yourself?
No.
Well then.
Ah, but my son-in-law was there. He saw it with his own eye.
Ah, my son-in-law saw it. Isn't that always the case with rumors? Some third party told somebody else what a friend of a friend saw. What did you say?
I said he was there. He saw it himself.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You didn't. You said he saw it with his own eye.
So,
Good woman. How many eyes does your daughter's husband have?
is it me or is that a stupid question?
Just answer.
He has two, one on each side of his nose. Of course, one's been scrambled like an egg, so he wears a patch.
Well, what business was he doing in Bernay?
He's a minstrel.
A minstrel?
You know, tells stories, throws things in the air. It's a filthy line of business, if you ask me.
If you'll excuse us for a moment, please.
It's your church.
Do you think it's him? Of course it's him.
We can't abuse a man without proof. Well, he's got one eye.
Just bring him here. We'll get to the truth.
A good woman.
Now dig a hole.
Is your daughter's husband still in town?
Oh, yeah. He hasn't stopped eating since they came in. Pigs. Minstrels are pigs.
Do you think, were we to ask him, he might perform his services?
Well, you'd have to pay him. He doesn't work for free, you know.
Well, we pay him well.
In that case, you might as well hire them both. My daughter's an excellent dancer.
Really? The dancer?
Yes. And she's been known to ease the burden of the celibate on anyone.
That won't be necessary.
Truth be told, they only work as a pair. It's both or none.
Well, then we'll see them both.
Great, I'll go drag them from the table. What is in this sack?
Barley, meal, and millet.
Barley. Oats.
Whatever you say. Oh, you're gonna like my daughter. She's not too big bosom, but she's a sweet piece of flesh. I'm gonna need that button back. Here. It's a good thing I saved the penny for Bernay. You can't be too careful with a sick cow.
Oh, pretty hot day for digging a grave. Who is it?
I'm not supposed to say.
Oh, well, if it's outside the churchyard wallet, it's either a thief or a murderer.
It's a secret.
You mean he doesn't know he's dead yet?
Huh?
Well, you better tell him before you plant him.
Oh, he's...
Oh, nothing upsets a man more than waking up 6 feet under a bunch of dirt.
It's a secret.
Well, okay, but, you know, when you have an irate corpse on your hands, don't say I didn't warn you. Now, where do we perform?
Oh, here.
Here?
Yeah, we can't use the chapel because the roof caved in. And the library's covered in mud.
Oh. going to be a little difficult to, have a festive mood here while there's a cadaver in the room.
Oh, that's St. Foix.
Well, we'll keep the merriment over here then, huh? What do you say? Now, where's my light?
I wanted to be a minstrel once,
Didn't we all, my friend? Didn't we all?
but I wasn't good enough.
No, what could you do? Sing? Dance? Tell a joke? Huh? Juggle?
Only one thing at a time.
That's a couple tricks short of an act.
So I decided to become a monk instead.
Oh, good career move.
To witness a miracle.
Oh, and have you seen any?
Not one. But I hope I do someday. I do hope so.
Well, I hate to break this one to you also, but you're probably better off as a minstrel.
This was a bad idea.
Where's the abbot?
Well, they're in the vestry.
What are you doing here?
Hey, I'm here to haggle your fee.
No, you're not. I've been doing it myself for 13 years.
Believe me, you do not know the vestry.
There.
Murder. You prick.
What?
The cow's still sick. Get one in before they hit you up for a penny. Here, come on, let's go. We'll talk business. Yes.
You had to bring your mother along?
Look, we never should have come here in the first place. Now just promise me you'll play nice. No snide remarks about the church. I don't care if you think they're crooks. They're clients until we get out of here.
Hey, I'm a professional.
You are a pagan with an attitude problem.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I figure, we'll start out, like we always do. Intro. I'll juggle a few balls, take a bow, sing a little song, do a little dance, huh? Marie, we have a gig over here, huh?
Better to be safe.
Well, it's just a bunch of dirty bones on a dirty red cloth.
Jack! I wasn't finished.
Oh, dear. Amen.
Jack!
Look, I'll do the intro, then I'll introduce you, and then, I'll do the priest and the pig joke.
No!
Oh, yeah, they love that joke.
Not here they won't.
Oh, well, it's a timing thing. You just wait till they're drunk.
Let's do the lark and the dove instead.
Marie,
It's pretty.
it's a love song.
So?
These guys have been celibate since the age of 6. What do they know about love?
Sad sings lonesome morning dove.
I know, I'll do the hey-ho, nani song.
Come on, Jack. Sing a response.
Something they can tap their feet to.
Glad sings the lark that finds his love.
I'll sing the hey-ho, nani. I'll sing you dance.
Fine.
Oh, Marie, come on, please. Let's just get through this. Take the cash and be on our way, huh? No more Motley, no more Mother, and no more monks. Just the two of us, huh? What do you say?
Then let's have it marry us.
Oh, no way. Yes.
Why not?
Well, because this isn't the right place.
It's a church.
That's what I mean. It's commonplace. We'll get married when we get to Paris.
In Dijon, you said we'll get married in Bernay. In Bernay, you said we'll get married here.
And you said your mother loved minstrels. So now we're even, huh? Speaking of devil.
It's a good thing I came along. They were going to pay you in books. She's got a stupid line of work. You should have married what's-his-name when you had the chance.
Pierre.
Yeah, ever since we've been here, it's been Pierre this, Pierre that.
Hey, at least he had money.
We never had the chance, remember?
If Pierre was such a good catch, how come she didn't marry him, huh?
He died.
Oh, boy. Well, I guess that he wasn't such a good catch after all then, was he, huh? Yeah. Oh, here they come. Places, let's go. Come on. Showtime. Yes, sir. Good afternoon, gentlemen. gentlemen, brothers in Christ, prepare to be tickled, dazzled, and delighted. My name's Jack. This is Marie. How about a little struggling to fill you with glee? Yes. Practice, practice. Practice, and the winner is 6. And now a joke. So this widower, he goes to his confessor and says, "Excuse me, Father, but I have been lonely for the past 6 months, that I have taken to eyeing one of my pigs." And the father says, "Well, I guess that's okay, as long as you keep the commandments." And the man says, "Well, that's the problem, Father. See, this morning the pig told me she was married." Is there only one corpse in the room?
Quick, jabbering, let her dance.
My mother-in-law. Would you care to see her dance?
I would, please.
Hey ho, nani nani, hey ho, hey ho, nani nani, hey ho, down there, down, hey ho, nani nani, hey ho, let me down, hey ho, nani nani, down, down.
What was that?
What was what?
Alas, lackey, hey ho, nonny.
I think it's Spanish.
That's very prettily, my madam.
Thank you, Your Grace.
Is that all you do?
I know a song about a lark and a dove.
Don't you worry, she's very versatile. Of course, everything has its price.
This profession of yours, roaming from town to town, it's hardly the type of life for a newlywed.
Oh, yes, that's true, sir. But, we're hoping to make enough money to start a more stabler trade.
Namely,
Bread baking.
bread baking.
Yes, we plans to open a shop in Paris.
Well, bread baking is not a casual enterprise. It's hardly the type of trade to dabble in.
Yes, Jack's been apprenticed for a time.
Oh, yeah, and I make one hell of a raisin loaf. Oh, excuse me. Yes. But, it seems like no one can afford a, apprentice nowadays.
I hope you're a better baker than minstrel.
Hey, you tried juggling with only one eye.
Well, may I ask you, how did you lose it?
Occupational hazard, old routine.
Juggling?
Knives.
Oh.
I don't do that one anymore.
Maybe you should consider a pilgrimage. I hear they're having luck in Brunei.
I prayed for years for 2 good eyes.
Yes, what was the result?
2 bad knees.
Maybe your faith wasn't strong enough.
Oh, when my penny hit that plate, they didn't sure seem to care.
That's the truth.
Let's do another song.
Oh, thank you.
Sad sings loves morning love.
You're free to go back to the village.
Hey, wait a minute.
Well, there is more to the act.
Jack sing responds.
No, we want to speak to your husband alone.
Oh, you can speak to my daughter.
No, that won't be necessary.
I'm her mother. I'm all right with it.
That's quite apparent.
Hey, she's worked for the clergy before.
They said no.
Jack will suffice.
Oh. To each his own.
You're quite some unusual charm for a local girl. Where did you meet her?
Playing at the fair in Dijon.
Is she really your wife?
Well, in all eyes except those of the church and the law. But we're planning to be married shortly. The minute I can save up enough money to start the bakery.
Oh, yes, the bakery. You know, I once knew a baker from this town. Yes, he loved his children and revered his profession, just like priests their vows. Until one year, there was a terrible drought, and the price of wheat went through the roof. So the baker, his daughter, and his son started throwing handfuls of sawdust in order to stretch the flour.
Sawdust, interesting choice.
However, when the drought was over, they kept on doing it. In fact, they increased until the peasants were eating more wood than wheat. Until one day, the vicar at his morning breakfast, with milk and bread, found a splinter in his lip.
Ooh, ouch.
Ouch is right. Well, they took the baker and they threw him into the pillory, and they tied a loaf of his own bread around his neck, and then they beat him until he bled like an animal. And the children ran away, and they renounced the merchant world for good.
I'll make a note of that. No sawdust.
That baker was my father.
Oh. I could see where a boy would want to make a career choice.
My father was a butcher. You don't want to know.
And the moral of the story
The
is?
bread of deceit is sweet to a man, but afterwards his mouth is full of gravel.
Genesis.
Proverbs.
Oh, yeah, all right, yeah, Proverbs. Yeah. You know, I get the begats mixed up, too. All the time, you know. Well, gentlemen, you didn't hire me to quote me Bible verses or, help me with my, bread baking. So I tell you what, why don't I tell you guys a story, huh? Oh, I got, fables and tales. I got, morals, all kinds, with or without morals, if you really want it.
Maybe later.
I even do the pig and the priest joke as an epic poem.
How about riddles?
Riddles? Oh, that's my specialty. What would you like? Chucklers, pleasers, teasers? Huh? Puzzlers?
Well, maybe this riddle, see if you can figure it out. Why would a minstrel have 30 pieces of gold?
Beg pardon?
He must be deaf in one ear as well. He said, why would a simple player have 30 gold pieces?
I don't know. Why would a simple player have 30 gold?
That string around your neck is not a cross.
Oh, yeah. Well, there are funnier riddles than
Could it be
that.
a purse?
Have you heard the one? What did the prostitute say to the bishop?
Let's see it.
No, but you're close. She said, "Is that a miter in your Cossack, or you just?"
Why don't you show us what's in your purse?
Well, I think I should be on my own. On my way. Yes.
Open it up.
Please. A poor man's coins are for himself to carry.
We're not interested in your coins, your pennies. We're looking for gold.
Well, then you've got the wrong man.
You'd swear to that?
Oh, yeah.
And swear to it. Swear it on the bones of St. Foy. Swear that you did not take 30 gold pieces to deliver her impostor.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Swear to it. Go ahead.
Just swear?
That's right.
His right hand.
Thank you, Brother Oath. Right hand.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Can't do it, can you?
Look, if I had 30 gold pieces, would I be wasting my whole day here at this church? I've squandered enough on other priests and other promises and have gotten actually nowhere. Now I'm sorry, I don't have what you're looking for, but I hope that makes us even.
Behold, the wicked man conceives of evil and is pregnant with mischief and brings forth lies
Oh, you can quote all the proverb you want.
and makes a pit in digging it out,
Oh, you can't get blood from a stone, you know.
falls into the hole that he has made.
Oh, besides that, I don't need...
I'm sorry, we don't usually take up a collection that way. Now we have to push some of our peasants, though, just to get a penny in order for them to take a peek at the saint.
You don't say.
If she still is a saint. 2 pennies and 30 gold pieces.
What a coincidence!
I can explain.
Yes, a one-eyed monk sells the relics of a saint to Bernay for 30 gold pieces.
Yeah.
And then a one-eyed minstrel comes from Bernay with 30 gold pieces in his purse.
Yeah, look, it's really simple. It's just...
Admit it, you're the one.
What, this one-eyed monk?
Confess.
Same height, same weight?
I said
same height?
confess.
Huh? Oh, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been over 19 years.
Not that kind of confession.
Now these relics in Bernay, whose are they?
They're not St. Foy.
I don't know.
Where did you get them?
If you think it's difficult juggling with one eye, try being a baker with none.
What's that supposed to be?
Unless you start talking, we'll take your tongue out as well.
Martin, don't hurt me.
We'll do what we have to.
Stop.
Why should I?
You're a man of peace.
You have to keep bringing that up.
Apparently. Now, where did you get those relics?
Well, promise you won't hurt me first.
You are in no position to make promises. Now, your only recourse is to answer the questions. And then we'll ask another and another and another until you tell us the truth. Do you understand?
Ah, Brother Felix. Have you finished digging the grave?
It's just outside the churchyard wall, like you said.
The grave? Whose grave?
It's a secret. Did I miss the dancing girl?
Yes, I'm afraid so. But we're just in time for the story, with or without the moral.
Well, Marie and I, we were coming back from the fair.
In Dijon?
Yeah, that's right. But it turns out we didn't make enough money, so we didn't know what to do.
So, then you plundered the chapel.
No!
Let him tell it.
No, we decided to go to Bernay instead, but they were worse off than we were. Oh, this large abbess, this unruly, surly woman.
We know.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyhow, she announced to the town that she was going to pray for a pilgrim, pray for a saint to get all the pilgrims to come to Bernay, just like they do in Trousseau.
No, sure, pilgrims. Look at all the pilgrims.
Yeah, well, anyway, she asked the entire town to come out and help. And boy, did they all come out in droves. I mean, each person did their little bit. It was incredible. They were so desperate to find a saint.
So
I located one for him.
You mean stole?
No.
Where? The closest saint is another 100 miles away.
which church? New Orleans? Bourges?
Of course, St. Simon.
No.
You didn't go all the way to Paris.
I didn't have to.
Then where did it come from?
I dug her up. One night, and I went into the graveyard. I dug up a bunch of bones, and I brought them to the abbess.
And she bought them.
Just like that.
Oh, sure she did. Oh, she's been reveling in it from all this time just to humiliate me one more time.
Father? You know this woman?
My sister. Oh, I'm surprised she hasn't sent me a letter flaunting it in my face.
So you're telling us then that these bones of St. Foy could be anyone?
There's certainly somebody.
Oh, dear God.
I saw the miracle.
We might as well have a fishmonger on the altar.
And so you grabbed your gold and then set off to start your bake?
Yeah, that's right. And look, I'm sorry if things didn't work out the way they should have for you guys. Who would have known that a bunch of dirty old bones could, make all these miracles? Woo! I mean, the Lord works in mysterious ways. Well, I guess, I should be on my way. A jester's job is to make time fly, and boy, have I made time fly. So well, I'll be seeing you, and I hope that, God is good to you in the coming months, years, and into the hereafter.
Are you waiting for a blessing?
No, I'm waiting for my purse.
I'm afraid that's impossible.
You can't keep my purse. I earned that money myself.
Then consider this payment to God.
Huh? I have stole nothing but the bones that belong to God.
You stole that, didn't you?
I did not. And besides, if you try to prove that, it's against the law, I'll have you up on the provost for charges.
Well, our saint is...
Your saint is right there where she belongs. I haven't touched a part of your saint at all. Now, either you give me my money back or I'll go tell the provost, and it'll be awfully hard for you to explain with 30 gold pieces on you that belong to me.
Brother Alls, would you introduce Jack to our money changer?
Really?
Yes, really.
He's not in very good shape.
All the better.
Okay. Money changer? Yeah, what's a money changer got to do? Oh, no, I'm not changing 1 cent of my money. Not at all. That's coin of the realm. There's no way that I'm going to change that at all. Do you hear me? I'm not giving anything up for nothing. Don't tell me.
Money changer. His body was found on the road from Bernay.
So?
So, if you tell the provost we stole your gold, we'll say you murdered him. But that would be a lie. Well, he's lied to us. Still, that doesn't make it right.
But whose story do you think they'll believe? That of the minstrel or the church?
We'll save you a nice shady spot next to him.
Get him! Quick!
All right. Split the gold. Yeah, split it.
I don't want the money, I want Saint Foy!
I don't have Saint Foy.
Maybe you didn't take her in the first place, but she's gone for good. This patron who was of lost souls and who came here in despair and disillusion like Brother Felix and myself. Oh, yes. She came here, but now, even when the miracles stopped, well, we still had some pilgrims in the summertime, and the locals came on holy days, and the Pope still gave us his blessing. But now that she's lying in Bernay, well, the Pope is there, kneeling at her feet, saying prayers, and the pilgrims are going by the hundreds to see her, and these are just a bunch of
Wait, you can have the gold.
I told you I don't want your money.
Yes, we do.
No, I don't.
It's all I got.
All right, tell the provost that there's a murder been committed.
Oh, wait.
There's a money changer robbed, and the thief is apprehended with a purse of gold.
Please, I'll do anything, please.
Then change those bones back into the Saint Foy. I will not have my church destroyed, do you hear me?
Well, let me speak then.
You've spoken enough.
The saint in Bernay is not really a saint. He's a pig farmer.
Oh,
Tell it to the woman with the oozing lump.
Well, that's just it. It's who they think it is that counts.
But what about the miracles?
There are no miracles.
But I saw them.
I'm living proof that there are no miracles. Huh? Now, some man's cough might have gotten better. Somebody's lisp might have gone away. Call it luck. Call it whatever you want to call it. The point is, it's just a pile of bones, that's all. Take this corpse, for example. Nobody knows who he is. We don't even know his name. We only know him as money changer. Why, for any difference it makes, he could be a saint himself.
Oh, right. But that's blasphemy. And I suppose you'd have us boil his bones down and sell them to some other church to pay our debt, hmm? Pass him off as some sort of martyr like you've done God knows how many times? Well, it's not so simple, Chester. Not so simple at all. To begin with, tell me why it's not that simple.
It is that simple.
Well, you can't be suggesting. I've suggested nothing. But it may be simple, but it's a sacrilege. My father, you can't believe that this man could be a saint. No one said he's holy. He wasn't even Christian. Still, his contribution to the church might prove quite substantial.
Martin, think of what you're suggesting.
He suggested it.
But charging a penny for a prayer is one thing, but this
I
is outright deceit.
know. Why didn't we think about it sooner?
But surely there's some judgment for it.
You said yourself that God would provide. You've prayed for a solution, and lo and behold, one arises from the road to Bernay. Maybe that's providence. Maybe that's God's way of helping us help ourselves.
How simple is it?
Father!
Oh, as guardian of this church, I have to
yes,
examine
but
every option. All of them, Jack.
Take this man in the bag here. Why, he could be any one of the great saints. Great Anthony, Saint Anthony, Saint Philip, or
St. John the Evangelist.
Yes, for example.
You mean in theory, if we boil this man's bones down, we could sell them to a church as St. Philip, in theory.
Well, as long as they didn't already have him.
Fascinating.
Forgive me, Father, but this is not why you announced the world, to become as corrupt as a merchant class. We are men of the noblest ideals, on a mission from Christ to help the unfortunate. And if we fail at that mission, will it matter how noble we are? There's a shoemaker's family who won't get supper tonight because of our high ideals. I turned away 14 other people today. Is this our ideal of Christian charity?
Brother Martin is right. We're on the precipice, Felix. The abyss is open at our feet. But if we could just soil our hands just a bit, maybe we can step over it. Wouldn't that be absolutely our justification for a compromise?
Father?
But it's my decision to make.
Well, yes, of course, but in case you forgot,
What is it? What?
well, like I said, it's his finger. It's missing.
Would that mean we couldn't use him, in theory?
Well, look at it this way. I mean, the thief cut off the finger to get to the ring, and he threw the finger into a ditch, not realizing that that finger would be worth more than a handful of rings.
The finger?
As long as it's the finger of St. Paul.
You don't mean...
No. Yes, I do.
You do?
Uh-huh.
We could sell him for parts!
Indeed.
The leg of St. Philip, the foot of St. Peter, 2 arms, 9 fingers.
Oh, and the list goes on and on and on. Not to mention, your very... no, that's going a little too far.
No, it isn't.
Well, I mean, you're not in this for profit.
Well, who said that? What is it?
You said what do you mean?
Not to mention
Not to mention what?
your very own graveyard right outside the door.
Our very own...
Oh my God!
And you're all Christians if religion is an issue.
Lord, how manifold are thy works! But the earth is full of thy riches.
No!
Yes!
Our own parishioners?
Serving the church in death as they couldn't in life.
Perhaps, but I don't know.
Think of it. We'll be back in the good deeds business, feeding the poor, healing the sick, clothing the naked. And with what's left over, we'll fix up the chapel. We'll dredge up the library. Maybe we'll get a little stained glass, just a little.
What a great way to trump the abbess.
But that's like grave robbing. We couldn't do that.
No, of course we couldn't.
How do you mean?
We'd leave that to him.
What? What are you talking about?
We're grateful for your theories, really. Your insight on commerce has been most refreshing. But I don't think we know quite how to get started, would we, Charles?
Oh, no.
You see, we sometimes put souls in the ground. We're not accustomed to removing them.
Oh, well, nor am I.
But with your experience, I mean, you're somewhat of an expert.
Oh, please, no.
I think it's gone beyond that now, don't you, Charles?
I do. In order to resurrect our church, you are going to become a brother in this order.
What? A brother?
With all the corresponding vows, of course.
I can't. I'm a married man.
Not in the eyes of the law or the church.
Oh, but you can't do this to me. I can't be I can't.
Nonetheless, there's still a money changer's murder at large.
Yeah, but then you don't understand it. That's
I'm
what
certain if I could point him out if called upon, I'm sure I could. Now, you can put a cross around your neck or a noose. The choice is yours.
Doesn't seem to be much choice.
So much for free will.
When there's a saint on our altar and the Pope comes here to pray, then I'll give you your money and your motley back. But until then, you will observe patience, poverty, and obedience. Brother Felix, get the new novice a bowl, a robe, and a blanket to sleep on, or he's going to be staying with us for a while.
Yes, Father.
But what about the money changer?
Hominus Patri Filibus. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Cut him up.
Where's this one going? What is it? It looks like a collarbone. That would be St. Cecilia. Make sure it goes out to Strasbourg this morning. And remind them to pay us in cash, not books. We've been copying books for 300 years. The last thing we need is more books.
St. Clement.
What about him?
Milan wanted something from St. Clement.
Well, do we have any feet left? 3. Give him a foot then.
Right or left?
I don't care. Just don't break up a set.
Oh, good day, brothers.
Good day.
Busy as usual, I see. Oh, who's that?
St. Cecilia.
Oh, looks like a collarbone to me. Where's it going?
Strasbourg.
Oh, aren't they the ones that paid us off in books?
It won't happen again.
Good, because we need the cash for the chandler's shop.
Not another fire.
Oh, yes. Candle wax everywhere. Can you find beds for 12?
12?
No, his wife and the children and her father and the three apprentices.
I'll see what I can do, but...
Oh, and send the cash over to John the carpenter. He's rebuilding everything.
Yes, Father.
For the needy shall not always be forgotten.
Did you want to ask him about Siena?
Not just yet, thank you.
Sienna?
A small logistical problem. I didn't want to bother you.
What is it?
They want the head of John the Baptist.
So it's Senator.
We already sold it to Lisbon.
So?
And Dresden.
Oh.
And Naples, Madrid, Canterbury, New York.
You think that would bring the price down?
Well, how many heads can the market bear?
Well,
Thank God their abbots don't speak to each other.
you know, maybe we could interest him in someone else, like the head of St. Lucas or the arm of Adalbert of Engbon.
They want a name. Pilgrims won't come to Siena without someone special.
What about St. James the Greater?
All of him?
Head to heel.
It would cost them.
Oh, money's no concern. They've been hoarding it for centuries.
Then St. James it is.
What do you think of the honey walnut bread?
Second only to yours. Seems we've profited from both of Brother Norbert's talents.
Yes, indeed. Well, we may not be healing the lepers or restoring sight to the blind, but at least we're helping the needy. That counts for something.
Not another letter from the abbess.
Oh, yes, yesterday. The Pope is still in Bernay.
Again?
Oh, she couldn't wait to rub it in. We're having so many miracles, I just can't count them, she says. She's counting every last piddly one of them.
They seem to be cementing their relationship with Rome.
Well, our time will come. At least we're feeding the hungry and helping the needy.
For now, perhaps.
That's what we were meant to do.
If only it could last forever.
Well, there's always the poor. We won't run out.
The poor's not the problem. We're running out of bodies.
Already? What about the ones we cut up?
Well, a finger here, an ankle there, it all adds up. People die only every so often.
Oh, that's not good.
Our last 3 burials, we've had the bodies out of the ground and on the road within 48 hours. As I said time and time again, we need to think about a long-term resource.
Well, you know how I feel about that. If we only had a saint.
We've had dozens of saints.
Oh, you know what I mean.
Well, just pick a sack and call it what you will.
I mean a real saint.
Half the ones we've sold are performing miracles now. That peasant woman's husband cured a cripple in Cremona.
Oh, I don't care about that. Oh, a pig farmer. I don't care if the pig farmer is in Dresden or Lisbon or Bernay, but I want a real saint on this altar.
We had one. She couldn't cure a runny nose.
Oh, Father.
The churchyard's empty.
You mean this is it?
The very last.
There, we've run out.
Oh.
I thought I found another, but it turned out to be something of a doll.
Big or little?
My friend.
Well, I'm sure we get some relic from it.
What? The tale of St. Bernard? Let the dog rest in peace.
Very well. Boil this down. He needs to go to Siena tomorrow.
Who is it?
St. James.
St. James the Greater?
No, St. James the Grocer. Yes, of course, the Greater.
Excuse me.
And boil the others down while you're at it. We'll need them soon enough.
What is it?
This letter, it just arrived from Bernay.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Another one?
Oh, she just can't stop, can she?
Oh, it's...
Oh, yes, she's like pouring salt in the wound, just like when we were children. Oh, oh. She can't wait to write. Oh, it's got the seal of Rome on it.
No, it's for Brother Martin.
For me?
I didn't know you were pen pals with the Pope. Oh, funny, it took him a year before he'd answer one of mine.
I told you we had to court him.
So you wrote him yourself, huh?
Well, a line here, a line there.
Oh, behind my back.
Without his blessing, we are nothing more than a butcher shop. If you want to restore our reputation, he's got to pay a visit.
Well, so you thought he'd accept an invitation of... Oh, good God!
What is...
He's coming.
What?
What day is it?
Tuesday.
He's coming today.
What?
Well, we gotta get ready. Felix?
No, wait, we've nothing to show him.
No, half our congregation is on the floor in sacks. Don't you think he's gonna notice that? Look, tally of what's here. Pick out the ones that we need for our list and then hide the rest in the pantry.
The pantry?
Oh, just do it. Now is not the time for a moral dilemma. Oh, why at this time?
Charles,
Oh, why did he have to come now?
I think I know.
When I asked him for years to come and see St. Croix.
I promised him an incorruptible.
You what?
I told you we had to promise him a miracle.
A little one, maybe, but not an incorruptible.
I assumed we'd have time to locate one.
Locate one?
Well,
What do you think? They sell them at the market next to the fish? Oh, God. Oh, this couldn't be worse.
is it good?
No, the Pope is coming. There are skeletons all over the floor, except on the altar, and he's coming to see an incorruptible. What could possibly be worse?
Your sister's coming too. I didn't invite her.
Oh, I'm sure you didn't, but she smells defeat. Can we send her a message for her not to come?
His Holiness would never come back.
You're right. We're doomed either way. Oh, dear Lord, please help me. But the water is coming up to my neck. I am deep in mire, and there is no foothold.
Maybe there is.
What?
A foothold.
What do you mean?
It could be a long shot. One never knows, but there might be someone who could help us out.
Who? How?
Brother Norton.
Brother North? Oh, you don't mean.
I do.
But we can't.
We have to. What choice do we have? Unless you want to stand by an empty altar while the Pope and your sister laugh behind your back.
Oh, where is he?
Brother Felix, where's Brother Norbert?
I haven't seen him since High Mass.
Do you really believe that he would help?
If we asked him in the right way.
Well, then we gotta go find him. We haven't much time.
I'll start with the bakehouse. You stay with the inventory, make sure it's finished. And tell Brother Ulf to bring in the dog. Well, waste not, want not.
Father,
Yes?
is something the matter?
I wanted to be a baker.
I'm passing through the chapter house, so keep your yappers shut, huh?
Brother Norbert!
Oh, I frightened you. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's all right. I'm fine.
Who are you talking to?
Me? Oh, no. Yeah. I was talking to myself. You know, it's this vow of silence. I'm not used to it yet. So I talk to myself.
I understand. What are you carrying?
This? Nothing. Last one.
Last one.
Yeah, graveyard's empty.
Brother Old said that he found the last one.
Oh, you did? He did? Oh, yeah, that's right. He did, yes. But I found this one over underneath the stump in the corner.
Why don't you put it down?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll put it down. Yes. You know, you get so used to carrying a sack on your back. You don't think about it. Know what I mean? No, didn't think so. Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm gonna put it down now. Okay, I'm gonna put it down. Here it goes. Ready? Yep, I'm gonna put you down now. I'm gonna put the sack down. Sack down. There you go.
Father and Brother Martin are looking for you.
Me? Why?
Well, His Holiness is coming.
Whose holiness? Oh, yeah.
I suppose I should be excited. We waited so long for him to get here, but
What?
this isn't why I took my vows. Pull peasants from their grave.
Funny. That's why I took my vows.
Yet, you seem so at home here. You keep your vows. Your black molasses bread's the best we ever had.
Oh, yeah. Slice it thin, a little bit of butter.
All you lacks
seem to be a requirement.
I know how hard this must be for you. All those years you prayed for your eye. Your sight died, and so your faith died with you.
Yeah, well, after you get a knife in the eye, losing your faith's not such a big deal.
Otherwise, monastic life seems to suit you perfectly.
Yeah, well, you know, I adapt. You know, us minstrels, we're always adapting.
Do you miss your wife?
My what? My wife? What makes you think I miss my wife?
I would.
Oh, yeah. The pangs of flesh? Yeah. Yes, well, it seems like, you know, I'm used to being celibate, that's all. It seems to fit me perfect.
How enviable.
Yeah, you know, I wake up every morning and I say, thank you, God, for making me celibate. I guess I better get to, you know, do Sanskrit.
I almost married once.
You did?
My parents were nobles and hers were peasants. So we could only meet at night in secret. She would sing a certain song at my window and I would sing back. And we would sneak into the forest to frolic.
Funny. I never took you as, I never pegged you as a frolicker.
Naturally, my family wouldn't let us marry. I begged them, pleaded, but they forbade me to ever see her again. So instead, we made a most beautiful decision.
To elope.
No, to drown ourselves.
Okay.
A double baptism of love, we called it. That night, when the moon rose over the valley, we walked to the middle of the old stone bridge, then plunged into the dark to breathe the river in. But I couldn't do it. I just kept holding my breath and bobbing up to the surface. Just bobbing up and down. And our hands came apart. I dove down again and again to find her, join her, but I couldn't do it. I was so ashamed. I fled the village to join this order. You're told it's like being married. You're married to the church, but one never knows.
Well,
I sleep with her.
the who?
Saint Foy. I collected her bones after they cleared the altar.
Oh, I guess that beats sleeping alone.
You don't understand. I'm the only one who still believes in her power. They say, years ago, the mere touch of her bones could restore a lost limb and bring back a loved one. I know. She's only waiting for an act of real faith to grant miracles again. Though, sometimes I think that true love truly realizes the greatest miracle of all.
The father's wondering why you haven't finished yet.
Well, back to business.
Yeah, you know, I guess I better tidy up too. With the big man coming and everything, you know? Okay, they're gone. You can come out now. What are you, asleep or something? No! Oh my God! Oh, no! Here, take this one instead. No. Take this one instead. No. What are you doing? I'm not finished counting yet.
Oh,
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Here. Take this one instead. Yeah, there you go.
but it's got to be St. James.
Oh, St. James. Oh, you're in luck. It's the spitting image of St. James.
Are you sure?
Yeah, positive. Look in here, huh?
I can't keep them straight anymore.
Yeah, well, Give it a little time. You'll get it, okay? Thanks. Oh. Phew. Okay, good. Come on. Boy, that was a close call.
You are an idiot!
Ow!
That's the last time I get in that stinking sack. I smell like a corpse. This whole place reeks. And some monk wants me to be St. James.
Well, they're just trying to,
Come
yeah.
here. You going on about the pangs of the flesh? You're as celibate as a sheep.
Yeah, well, I'm trying not to let them catch on, that's all.
So you leave me in the hall for an hour while you sit around and chant?
Yeah, well, you heard the bells. It was high mass.
I'm beginning to think you like it here. And what's with this Brother Norbert crap?
Yeah, well, we all change our names when we take our vows.
You don't even look like a Norbert.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, here, look, get back in the sack before somebody comes. Huh?
No!
Yes, no, come on,
I'm through with the sack.
No, just for a half hour. I'll take you back to my cell, that's all.
No.
We'll be fine. Oh, come on, would you?
You come with me.
Oh, I can't.
Why not?
Oh, because they'll say I killed a Jew from Bernay.
There is no more Jew. He's St. Agnes of Antwerp.
What about my 30 pieces of gold then?
What about them?
Well, the abbot promised to give them back to me.
If you believe that.
Oh, well, the abbot's not such a bad guy. Oh, here comes somebody here. Quick, quick, get in this. Come on, hurry up. Hurry up, somebody's
Dad!
coming.
Wait, I have to tell you something.
Oh, don't
Hey,
just
what?
wait. Shh, quiet. Hey ho, nani. Nani, hey ho. Hey ho, nani, hey ho.
Wait, Jack.
Brother.
You said you were here?
Yes, he did.
How are things in the bakehouse?
Oh, just busy baking.
Oh, good.
Yes, so Felix said you were looking for me.
Yes, we had a very important matter to discuss.
Oh, I hear the Pope is coming.
And finally, we only had to promise him something rather rash
Such as?
and incorruptible.
Okay. What's that?
That's a saint whose body is so holy that it refuses to decay.
It's a miracle.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it wasn't my idea.
Charles.
In order to get the Pope here, that would be a miracle, but we had to justify his trip.
I don't see where I can help you guys with that, After all, dead bodies tend to lose their luster after a couple of days, so.
An incorruptible is very rare.
Oh, very rare. I would say almost non-existent. I mean, if the Pope were to find out.
That's all we need.
That, in the body, if you could locate one.
That hasn't decayed yet.
When's the Pope coming?
Today.
Today?
It's very short notice, but folks drop in.
It's short notice. What do you expect? Some peasant man's going to come in here and drop dead with his last dying breath?
You're right.
Well, yeah, I mean, even if we were to find somebody that was able to... Wait a second! You want me to off someone, don't you?
Mark, would you take care of this?
We want you to find an incorruptible. Where you find it is up to you.
Oh, no, please.
Martin!
No, please. That's not what you're saying.
No!
What you're saying is you want me to kill somebody.
Oh, it's not my fault. I want nothing to do with it.
What's going on here?
He wants to keep his habit clean.
Don't we all? But digging up bodies out of a grave is one thing. Making them dead's another.
Well, you can't expect us to do it.
Well, I wouldn't expect anyone to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. No way.
Maybe you missed the point. This wasn't a request.
Is it?
You'll find us a body, or you'll be the body.
That's a real knife, isn't it? Huh?
I'm offering you the handle.
Oh, and what if I refuse to take it?
Then you get the point.
Wait!
No, it's no time for wait, or let's see or tell you in the morning. Take it. Come back within the hour, and don't make a mess.
Whatever happened to love thy neighbor?
Let him who's without sin cast the first stone.
Ooh. I've been doing more sinning since I've been at this church.
What the
You know, in the meantime, I'll bring you back here.
What are you talking about?
Yes, well, I'll just take you away, and then I'll come back here with a corpse or something, that's all.
Jack, I need to tell you something, okay?
Well, I can't leave.
Why not?
No, because they still got my 30 gold pieces.
Because they're also sticking knives in your face. Now listen to me, please.
No, I can't go yet. The abbot's a nice guy. I can't leave him.
And just how much butter and flour will that buy, Jack?
Oh,
Look, would you
Marie.
just listen to me? Oh, I'm pregnant!
Oh, boy! You have terrible timing.
Tell me about it. So much for the rhythm method.
So, whose child is it?
Yours?
Mine? How do you know?
I don't know.
Huh?
My mother's had me working overtime since you disappeared. The point is, if you married me, it would be yours. She's ready to rip your head off. Thinks you just skipped out of town with the money from the show.
So it's not her money.
If she knew you were here,
Oh, quick, it's him, come on, quick, get this out, hurry up, get this out, hurry up, help, there you go, all right, play that. Hey!
I came back for the sack.
Oh, well, I'm not done going again.
How long does it take to count one sack?
Well, I only have one eye, so it takes me twice as long.
You think I'm stupid, don't you?
No.
Everybody thinks I'm stupid.
No.
But I know what you're up to.
You do?
You're just going slow, so you don't have to work so hard.
Oh yeah, you're right. I guess you got me there.
I won't tell anyone.
Oh, good. I appreciate that.
It's not really breaking your vows.
No.
And you put in all those extra hours baking bread.
You know, that's true. I do. Let me ask you a question. What's your favorite kind? Take your time. I'm in no hurry. I'll tell you what. When you think about it, you come back and tell me, okay? All right, there you go. Anytime you go back and bring up that same change. Quick. I'm in the sack. I'm in the sack. Come on. We gotta be light on our feet.
in the sack, out of the sack, in the sack.
No, we can't go that way. Maybe we'll go through the window, huh?
You know, if you married me and Deshaun, this never would have happened.
Well, we're practically married as it is.
Jack, you're a monk.
No. We'll have to change the corridor.
You're not even listening.
Well, excuse me if I'm a little distracted trying to save our lives here.
No.
Shit.
Raisin loaf!
What?
Raisin loaf! I almost said crusty oatmeal. My real favorite is raisin loaf.
Oh, okay. That's great.
You see, you got those little brown chewy things.
Yeah, raisins.
Right! What's that you got there?
Where?
On your back.
Oh, this. That's what.
It looks like a body.
Oh, yeah.
Only a newer.
Newer.
It looks like a woman.
A woman? No. Now, what makes you think that? Huh?
Jack, it looks like a female woman.
No.
You have a female woman on your back.
No, I don't.
A female woman in the house of the Lord.
No.
That is breaking your vows, and I think someone should know about it.
No. Quick, this one. Oh my God, play that.
Martin,
Would that be here?
it's a female woman.
You don't waste any time, do you?
I told him he shouldn't, but
Don't interrupt.
Yes, I was going to the village when,
But you didn't have to.
no.
She must have been practically on our doorstep.
Oh, a little closer than you think.
she was in the sack.
Will you go and tell the abbot to come right away, please?
No.
Tell him we have an incorruptible.
What?
An incorruptible? But I thought...
Yes, I know you thought. That's always the problem, isn't it? You thought. Trust me, it's an incorruptible.
But isn't that a miracle?
Well, we'll see when the Pope gets here, won't we, Jack?
Oh, yeah, right.
Now get the abbot. And bring us the shroud of St. Foy so we can drape the altar. Well done, Jack. Well done. On a marked armor. What did you do, break her neck?
Oh, yeah.
Stillborn. Let's get her on the altar then.
Okay.
My God. She's beautiful. It's the picture of innocence. I knew you'd come through for us, Jack. You're like me. Pious on the surface, but underneath as worldly as they come. Where's my knife? I could have wound up a butcher like my brothers, but I knew the church would offer me opportunity, chance for advancement, an education.
Well, it's sure been an education.
Is this all right? It's all I could find.
It's a blanket. Blanket that someone has slept in. Whose is it?
Mine.
Why am I not surprised? Where's the abbot?
I couldn't find him.
Well, where did you look? It seems to went directly for your bedclothes.
Well, you said...
I told you to bring the shroud of St. Foy, not a blanket that stinks of monk.
Okay.
Never mind. I'll have Brother Felix get it.
No, I can do it.
I'm certain you can. I'm just not certain you will.
I will do it. I will.
I'll have Brother Felix bring the shroud. See if you can find some candles for the altar.
Well, what if I find the shroud along the way?
Don't! Blessed are the feeble-minded, for they shall trip blissfully off to the grave.
Oh, Brother Norbert, you're still here. Good. Martin, I've changed my mind.
And about what?
Well, about our plan, I've changed my mind.
You can't!
Yes, I can. Of course I can.
I think not.
Oh, yes, I can, Martin. It's wrong. Martin, it's wrong. It's evil.
It's done.
What? Oh!
Well, what do you think?
She's so young, so innocent. She's...
Perfect.
Martin, what have we done in God's name? What have we done?
We haven't done anything. It was Brother Norbert.
But we told him to. We...
This is no time to lose your backbone. Remember, the Pope will come, the pilgrims will come, the alms will come.
But think, a life cut so short like that.
And who was she an hour ago? But an ignorant peasant with rosy cheeks.
How did you...
Oh.
The point is, now we're ready for His Holiness. We'd like you to leave immediately. We can't have you meeting the Pope.
Oh, well, we've already met.
You met the Pope?
Oh, yeah. I did my routine in Bernay. Oh, he loved the priest and the pig joke.
And then you needn't regale him with it again. Make sure you're gone by the time he arrives. I'll go polish up the chair.
I'm a weak man, Brother Norbert. In the end, I'm no better than my father. Weak and doubted temptation. I came here to restore my faith. Oh, and then when I joined the order, after the sawdust incident, the abbot made me in charge of the bakery, and I was baking bread and communion wafers.
Oh, that's an act of faith.
Oh, I've never been happier. Yes, sowing the kernels of wheat and grain, and making the bread and seeing it transform into the Eucharist, nourishing the congregation. This, Corpus Christi, this is the body of Christ. But now, Now I'm an abbot, and an abbot is responsible for the reflection of the whole order, making it laurels and physical sense. When times are good, his conscience is clear, and his word and his deed are one. But when times are bad,
He must stretch the flower.
the miracles stopped when I became abbot.
What?
Yes, St. Foy stopped making miracles. I think she knew that my faith had died. Oh, have mercy on me, O God, according to thy steadfast love, according to thy abundant mercies, blot out my transgressions. Wash me thoroughly from my iniquity and cleanse me from my sin. For I know my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. Against thee have I sinned, and done that which is evil in thy sight, so that thou art justified in thy sentence and blameless in thy judgment. O create in me a clean heart, O God, and put a new and steadfast spirit within me. Oh, deliver me from blood guiltlessness. Oh God, thou God of my salvation, and my tongue will sing aloud of thy deliverance. Amen.
Ecclesiastics.
Psalms.
Oh, damn.
Here's the 30 gold pieces that I promised you. May you do some good with it in the end.
I forgive you.
What?
Never mind. Okay, all right, go, let's go, let's get out of
You
here.
are an idiot!
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to like help you out, you know.
No.
Well, I'm sorry. Look, I'm
You
just
know,
saying.
I think you think you're apologizing, but I know you're really just saying blah, blah, blah.
Oh no, I'm trying to
Blah,
tell you.
blah, 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 blah.
Look, come
You
on.
know, why don't you just tell the dumb one the truth? Oh, it's my wife. She comes by twice a month.
Well, it's a little too late for that.
Yeah, well, thank God you got the money. Let's get the hell out of here.
No, wait.
I've been waiting, Jack. I've waited 6 months for you to take me to the altar. And what do? You make me lie on it!
Hey, do you think you could keep that up?
I can complain all day if you want.
No, I don't mean that. I mean laying down on the altar.
What?
Yeah. Just for a little while. All you gotta do is lay down there and keep your eyes closed.
Oh, forget it. I've heard that before.
Just till the Pope comes and gives his blessing to the abbot, huh?
And what about me and the baby, Jack? Don't we count for more than a bunch of grave-robbing monks?
They're not all that bad.
They ask you to kill people.
Once in 6 months. I didn't even have to.
Jack!
Look, the abbot's not such a bad guy. Just wait until he gets here and everything is taken
My
care
mother
of.
was right. I should have married Pierre.
He's dead!
So now I'm a saint. You're a perfect match.
Oh, come on, please.
Sad sings the lonesome morning dove.
Come on, please, just for a little
Sad
while.
sings the lonesome morning dove.
This has nothing to do with our routine.
Pierre, what a sung response.
Please, just for a couple hours, that's all.
I'm just a body, aren't I?
No.
To you, my mother, these awful monks.
No, look, please. Just for an hour or two, that's all. Just until the Pope comes here, that's all. Please.
You are a big jerk, Jack.
No! There!
It's her.
Who's her?
She's here.
Who's here?
Where
is it? Nope, this one.
Where is it?
Where's what?
The incorruptible, where is it? Never mind. Who are you?
Me? I'm the haberdasher.
The haberdasher.
Yes, I dash the hammers.
Where is the abbot?
The abbot, I think he's somewhere, I think he's somewhere in the pantry.
you doing in the pantry?
Not the pantry. I mean the vestry.
The vestry?
Maybe the infirmary?
Oh, you tell the abbot that I'm looking for him, and when I find him, he's going to need the infirmary, because I'm going to crush every bone in his body with my teeth.
Okay. Jack, this is not a good day.
No, how did she get here?
How the hell should I know? More importantly, what are we still doing here?
Oh, I better warn the abbot.
No, Jack, stop!
Well, she's out to get him.
If she wants to crush every bone in his body with her teeth, that's his problem. Your problem is right in front of you, with a baby in her belly.
I have prayed for all my brethren to have good thoughts and good digestion and parties and brother Felix. I was just finishing up some prayers.
So I see.
Yes.
I brought the shroud of St. Croix.
Oh, good.
No, I can do it.
Is there something wrong?
No.
Well, come on, then. Let's cover up the saint. We don't want her to catch cold, do we?
If I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing.
Deuteronomy.
1 Corinthians. You tell the truth, brother-in-law.
Why?
I would rather die than lie to another, or even myself. Yes, that's exactly what I've been doing.
What do you mean?
Don't you think you should finish your prayer?
Oh, yeah, right. It does no good if I don't get to the amen, huh? Let's see, where was I? Yes, and grant all the brothers in this house good thoughts and good digestion, especially to Felix and Martin, and especially to Spirit Sanctus, 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 Spirit. Amen. Yes.
I need to prepare a donkey.
Okay.
Remember, Brother Norbert, the truth.
The truth.
The truth shall make you free. That sings the lark that finds his God.
The truth.
Jack?
Marie, there's something I gotta tell you.
Me too.
Oh boy.
Let me say it.
No, you listen.
No, please, would you just,
No, let
just
me
let
say
me
it first.
say it first?
I can't marry you! What?
What?
Did you just say
Oh, no, did you?
No,
Oh,
did you? I thought you just said...
Oh my God!
Where is she?
Hold on! Just a minute! Stop!
I need to pray to the saint. Is that her?
What saint are you referring to?
I don't know her name, but he talked about her in town.
Who did?
Some, the dumb one. He was looking for candles.
Well, we have acquired a saint, but she's not available to the public.
Why not?
Well, we're expecting a special visitor.
I don't care if it's Jesus himself. I need to pray to the saint.
No, tomorrow!
Today! Oh, I've tried dung. I've tried burning hair. I've tried sticking my feet in a bucket of milk.
Well, I'm sure that your goat will be fine.
It's not my goat.
Well, whatever livestock it is.
My daughter's dead.
Sorry to hear that.
Well, I don't know for sure if she's dead, but she always comes back before dawn and always with a couple of coins.
Well, if your daughter returns by tomorrow...
Oh, no. She disappeared years ago with a boy, and we wound up fishing her out of a stream.
Well, trust me, your prayers will be heard just as loudly from your house as from here.
I brought a penny.
Oh, all right.
You know, it's always a matter of money with you.
But I don't want you to go around gossiping, at least not until tomorrow.
Me, I am as silent as a nun.
And when you find your daughter, please give us the credit because we're counting every miracle
All right, but it could have been the dung that did it, you know.
Your father, no!
What?
Sweet Jesus, it's him!
What?
You sneak!
I-
Where have you been hiding? You roll into town, you help yourself to my cupboard, you pocket the money for the sommelier, and... My God, he's a monk?
Good woman.
Oh, gee, she can pick 'em. Where's my daughter?
I don't know.
Liar! No,
Just
you
come back
got
tomorrow.
Oh, you got some nerve! You sneaking tell you! Give her the slip! You're hiding out here! Right. It's my penny we're wasting. Let's go!
No! You can't, I'm telling you, no way!
It's one thing to dupe my daughter. It's another to pigeon her mother. Now let me see her!
You can't go in there, no! I'm permitted to go in there! Oh my God!
Don't go anywhere, there's a door. There you are.
I give
I tried to stop her.
And you didn't even slow me down. Now,
Where's the Pope?
it's wet, it's stuck in the mud outside the village.
Pope?
Yeah, they're pulling him out as we speak.
But you never said the Pope was coming.
So, is that what you're calling a saint these days?
Why?
Curious to have a look, that's all.
She's not available to the public.
I'm not the public. I'm the church. Now let me see her.
Hey, not without a penny first.
I don't deal in pennies.
Jeez.
Let me see her.
No.
I'm just curious to have a look, that's all.
No.
You can't just barge in here and demand to see the saint.
Could it be she's something you dug up?
What do you mean?
Well, like, St. James the Greater, or all the heads of John the Baptist.
How did you know about that?
John the Baptist.
I stumbled onto a well-stocked pantry.
You never said you had John the Baptist.
17 of them,
17?
according to legend. Lisbon, Canterbury, Venice, and
How
Hamburg.
many heads did you
17. But the Bible says 1.
That's what I thought.
It also says increase and multiply. And isn't that what you did? You
Agatha?
broke 5 loaves to feed 5,000.
You listen to me.
Always making your bread go just a little bit farther. Now you've cooked up an incorruptible. Get out! Oh, because I bought her out from under your nose.
That's not Saint Foy.
Oh, please.
This is Saint Foy.
Yeah, right. And she's the Virgin Mother.
He's right. You don't have St. Claus.
Oh, the hell I don't. I bought her from this
That was a mistake.
It's not Saint Foy.
Oh, what did I tell you?
So you're changing your story now?
Oh, this would have been still your last good tooth.
Oh, will you just shut up? Now what are you saying? Who's on my altar?
It's a pig farmer.
Pig farmer?
Yeah, from your very own graveyard.
Oh, how could it be a pig farmer? I have had miracles by the score.
Well, maybe they weren't true miracles.
Tell that to the peasant woman with the oozy lump, or the cripple whose foot grew back, or the leper. And anyway, if that's Saint Foy, what's she doing in the bag?
We're keeping the dust off her.
Oh. More importantly, who's her replacement?
That's what I want to know.
And when the Pope comes here, then you'll see.
I just want a peek. No. A little one.
And no, when the pilgrims and the Pope arrive,
All right. You can't blame a girl for trying.
Oh, wait!
No!
Oh!
Mother of
Christ on the cross! It was the haberdasher.
what?
You murdered the haberdasher.
No, he didn't.
A haberdasher?
Don't tell me no, she's right here.
No, we didn't. We Charles, how we...
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Excuse me?
I thought that the heads were clever, the ones of John the Baptist, but this? Oh, you pack her in ice, you keep her in a cold room, she'll last it several months.
She's right.
Never thought you had it in ya. Always playing holier than thou, even when you sprinkle the sawdust on the bread.
Now, just a second.
Ah, yeah, you're just like father.
It wasn't my fault.
Well, he didn't have a mind for business either.
Sawdust was not my idea.
Of course it wasn't you, pathetic little priest, it was mine.
What?
Yours?
Sawdust? What are you saying?
If I'd have left it up to father, we'd have starved to death. So, I just told you he wanted you to stretch the flour. Hadn't been for that splinter, we'd still be making baguettes for the likes of her. Enough of nostalgia. Now, I'll be taking your saint.
No, you can't.
When the Pope gets here, he'll say a few words. Then he'll let the peasants kiss his ring. You know, the usual pomp and circumstance. And when they're done, you'll turn her over to me, and the pilgrims will follow us all back to Rome. Fill up their name.
Never. Why should we?
Oh, should I start naming names? 13 fingers of St. Paul, 2 left feet of Mary Magdalene.
She knows about the feet of Mary Magdalene.
Not to mention St. Agnes of Antwerp. So, if you continue to try to pass this off...
We're not going to pass her off. We're going to bury her.
What?
Felix, dig a hole.
Oh, you're bluffing.
Felix,
You're bluffing. You wouldn't bury a treasure like this.
dig a hole.
But I'm...
I'll take my horse if I have to.
Over my
before I
dead
let
body.
you put her in the ground.
No, you won't. You leave her alone.
Give me her.
No,
Let
she's
go of
mine.
her.
No, you son of a...
She's mine,
You
you
moron.
You
No,
imbecile.
You son of a...
Cut her in half! Half a saint's better than none. No, we can't cut her in half. Yes, we can. We'll take the head, the 4 shanks, and the brisket.
No.
Then we'll take the rump.
I said we'll bury her.
I say...
Leave her on the altar.
Brother Norbert!
I will not have a murder victim.
She wasn't murdered, Father. This young, innocent maiden drowned herself to death out of love, and has only now reappeared, untouched by death.
Sure she did.
Her mother prayed for her return.
Brother Norbert, maybe the truth would be appropriate at this time.
I have told no lies.
For God's sakes, Jack, what about the...
I swear, Father, this woman did not die by my hands. Just ask Brother Felix if I'm not speaking the truth.
Felix?
Tell him.
It's true. Charles?
You must think I'm a moron.
It's true.
I wasn't born yesterday.
So leave her on the altar.
Ooh. You're taking orders from your novices, are you?
Trust me, Father.
What a cockamamie story.
Trust me.
All right.
You'll never get away with this, Charles. Not without a miracle, and you know it takes a miracle to make a saint, not the other way around.
We don't have a miracle, and we will.
Oh, really? Do you think this beautiful corpse could rise a fisherman from the dead?
Maybe.
Or cure the hunchback peasant woman of an oozing lump?
Now's the time to be strong, Father.
I'm warning you.
We're keeping her on the altar.
And when His Holiness gets here and you don't have a miracle...
If God wants us to prosper, then we'll prosper. No lies, no deceit, no tricks. And if He wants us to fail, we'll fail, but we'll do it humbly.
Oh, God.
You really want to fail that much?
Martin, make sure the bells ring when the Pope reaches the gate.
You want to be ground into dust?
And bring in the chair.
So be it. We'll see which one of us delights in the other's defeat. We'll see which one of us bathes in the other's blood. I'll be dancing on the rubble of your precious church. Oh God, break the teeth in their mouth like the grass. Let them be trodden and withered like the snail that dissolves into slime, like the untimely birth that never sees the sun.
Leviticus!
Psalm 58. I'll be back. Oh.
Is she your only sister?
Yes.
God is merciful. Yes, Father.
Would you get the peasant woman out of here before she comes to?
Yes, sir.
And Brother Martin, we'd better go to the vestry and get ready. And Brother Norbert, thank you for your, for what? For your strength, for all of us, and your belief in the miracles. For if you're right, we're okay. But if you're wrong, we're dead.
Oh, I'm gonna burn in hell for this one.
Okay, come on, wake up, time to go, wake up. There you go, come on.
These people should not be running churches.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But hurry up, they may be back any second.
Oh, that witch almost fractured my spine.
I know, here, I want you to take this.
What is it?
This is the 30 pieces of gold.
What? Jack!
Yes, there go the bells, here. Just take it, huh?
Jack,
Felix!
please.
No, take it for me, for you and the baby, Felix!
All right, for the baby.
Marie!
Pierre!
Hey! Save some of that for the honeymoon, will you? Hey, is the donkey ready?
It's by the side door.
Well, then hurry up.
Wait, Saint Foy.
What?
Say what? Oh. You'll be sleeping with Marie tonight.
I won't leave until she's on the altar.
All right, give her to me then.
In faith.
Pierre!
She was cast off in a moment of doubt. She must be restored in faith.
Let her go.
Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen.
Pierre, please!
By faith we understand that the world was created by the word of God, so that what is seen was made up of things which do not appear.
You don't want to be here when we find an empty altar, do you?
It won't be empty.
All right.
In faith.
In faith.
I found the candles! I found the candles! Hello? Where'd everybody go? I found the candles!
Hurry. Go.
Goodbye, Jack.
Goodbye, Marie. Oh, and this time, don't let go.
I found the candles! Oh, no. Oh, Brother Norbert, I'm so upset. The janitor shop was burnt down, so that peasant woman, she sold me her last 3 candles, for a penny apiece, which I thought was a bargain. But look, they don't have any wicks. Where's the saint?
This is the same.
I mean the pretty one.
This is the saint.
I can't keep track of them anymore.
Please do have a comfy chair to sit in while we're being excommunicated.
This is it. They're coming up the stairs.
Where's the haberdasher?
What?
The saint, where is she?
She's right here.
This is a pile of bones on a dirty red cloth.
Jack says the pretty one disappeared.
Disappeared? Is this some kind of a joke? Did you say?
I hope she is risen. She's here.
This looks like Saint Foy.
Huh?
Where's the incorruptible?
She's right on the altar where she belongs.
Brother Jordan, this is Saint Foy.
What's going on?
What thou sow shall have to die before it lives.
Charles,
And what thou sows is of a different body than it is.
1 Corinthians.
But a bare kernel,
Yes,
such as wheat,
perhaps
or some other grain.
Dear God.
It is
See what I have to work with?
It is sown in imperishable.
And it is raised imperishable.
It is sown in dishonor.
It is raised in glory.
It is sown in weakness. And it is raised in power.
It's a miracle.
And the trumpets will sound, and the dead will rise incorruptible.
A miracle.
And we shall be changed.
Them bones, them dry bones, them bones, them bones, them dry bones, them bones, them bones, them dry bones. Now hear the word of the Lord. Your toe bone's connected to your foot bone, your foot bone's connected to your ankle bone, your ankle bone's connected to your leg bone's connected to your knee bone's connected to your thigh bone's connected to your hip bone's connected to your backbone's connected to your shoulder bone's connected to your neck bone's connected to your head bone. Now hear the word of the Lord. Them bones, them dry bones, them bones, them dry bones, them bones, them dry bones. Now hear the word of the Lord. Them bones, them dry bones, them bones, dry bones, them bones, dry bones. Now hear the word of the Lord. Your head bone's connected to your neck bone's connected to your shoulder bone's connected to your backbone's connected to your hip bone's connected to your thigh bone's connected to your